ladies and gentlemen. My name is Koryzma. I stream on Twitch. I say arguably questionable things, and here's a fun fact about me. Uh, I am scared of scary. I'm more scared of scary movies than I am of scary games. I don't know why. I can pause the movie. I can turn it off. And in the game, I'm in, but somehow I feel like I'm in control. So that's my fun fact. This is a podcast style talk show though, where we invite new guests each week to give their takes on common people's stories and struggles. This chat has a chance to get their takes in as well, let us know what you think, because if we can get to it, we will. Later in the show, we'll play a game with our guest, so stick around and enjoy Takes with Koryzma. I've got my co-host, as y'all know, Vegas Girl on Fire, making sure everything runs smoothly. Vegas, do you have a fun fact today?
I had to take a real weird shower today because there's allergy strips on my back, and it's my whole life right now. So if you haven't heard about it, you have now.
It's not her problem now. It's our problem.
It's everyone's problem.
It's everybody. Yeah, exactly.
It was a frontal shower, and that was it. I couldn't turn around, so
That's right.
I don't feel that clean, but here we are.
But, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are honored to have a guest that is cracked at party animals, is Team Kuromi, and when she plays scary games, the monsters fear her more than she fears them. Ladies and gentlemen, Kimsterrz.
Woo!
How you doing,
hi,
Kim?
Hi, guys. My reputation precedes me. I know I'm no Sabrina Carpenter, but hi, everyone.
Kim, thank you for coming on the show. Our first female guest. We're very excited to have you.
Let's go. Ladies for the win.
Yeah. I was thinking about this, Kim, because you're a big you love everything scary, right? You're a big do you watch a lot of the movies too?
Yeah, I've watched all of like the Friday the 13th, the Freddy ones, Chucky, almost all of the Halloween ones. I didn't watch Rob Zombie's second Halloween movie, which is shameful because I love Rob Zombie, but yeah.
That's fair. Now, my question was, if you were going on a first date and you guys were gonna watch, like, say you guys had met, or like, you guys were going back to someone's house to watch a scary movie, what movie would you pick?
What movie would I pick? I'd probably pick a movie I hadn't seen yet, honestly. So, like the new Silent Place, right? I watched like
Quiet Place.
Oh, yes. Quiet. Yeah. So I watched 1 and 2, and then I think they have. Is that a prequel?
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I heard that there's a new one. I would want to watch. Yeah, I'd want to watch a new horror movie. So if there's like another new horror movie, whenever I get to have a first date with somebody ever again, if that ends up being on the table, watching a horror movie, I'd do whatever the new big horror movie is at the time.
Hell yeah. Now, have you seen The Strangers?
I have not. I saw there was like a Snapchat filter for it though.
Yeah, because they've released 2 movies, but then I feel like they're doing like, I don't know what this next one's about because I haven't seen it yet, but it's like it's got to be my favorite scary movie after the Scream movies. Because I don't know why, it's just like it's so creepy, and it was one of those movies that like when I had to go to bed and like you got to turn up the stairwell light, like I'm sprinting, like I ain't never moved so fast. But like I definitely would recommend. I haven't seen the new one yet, so I don't know about it yet, but I definitely would recommend at least the first one. It was pretty spooky, kept me on edge.
I would definitely want to check it out then, because that's right up my alley.
Right? Kim loves scary games. She plays quite a variety of them, ladies and gentlemen. So if you guys want to give her some love, make sure you do. So Kim, but what's new and exciting? I feel like we kind of talk in passing, and like I'm like super excited to hang out again at TwitchCon this year. I feel like it's gonna be an absolute blast.
Yeah, I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys last year. I had so much fun, and I'm looking forward to hanging out and exploring San Diego with you guys. I've actually never been there, even though I live in California. I'm in Northern California, so it's kind of a hike for me.
Okay, when Vegas and I were there 2 years ago now, I feel like we didn't get to explore it as much as we wanted. Like our trip was so brief there. But I mean,
it was a week.
No, we were there for the weekend.
Oh yeah,
we didn't do the week. And after that year, we're like, no, we are doing like a week for sure. Like, cause like we wanted like, cause like first year we just did the convention, and it was so amazing, it was so awesome, but it like came and went, and like it was just like, oh, now everyone's gone.
Yeah.
Like it was super shitty because it was just like, fuck, man. Like I finally get to hang out with all these people I've been chatting with for like the last 2 years, and none of them killed me, which is like a huge bonus. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Stranger danger.
Yeah, it's like people. I always laugh because I'm sure all three of us growing up, your parents are like, don't talk to strangers on the internet,
1000%.
and now it's all we do. You know what I mean?
Literally. That's all I want to do.
Pretty much all I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my favorite part. But like now the best part is not the three of us aren't strangers.
No.
I've physically met you guys. We've hung out multiple times. It's been great.
I think my favorite moment at last year's TwitchCon in meeting people was just being lost and like drunk in the, what is it, Meow Wolf market, and then Kim just comes out of nowhere, like
in Omega Mart.
knows who I am.
Yeah.
In Omega Mart, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm lost.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone. I was with
Yes.
like 20 people and ended up by myself somehow.
Someone
the
pointed out
incident.
that was you, so I was like, I ran up to you. I was like, ah!
Well, my favorite part too is even like at like the party, people still rock like the name tags, like the badges. Sorry, and like so like people like it's like you could still be like that.
Oh man,
That Vegas
it's
girl
you.
on fire.
We're all micro celebrities and we're just here.
I know it's super neat, and I love it. It's something I wouldn't trade for the world. So
Can't wait to do it again.
no, me neither. Like it's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Excited.
I'm excited to see everybody. Go on like some cuisine, to eat some good cuisine with the gang, to drink nothing but Happy Dads. And just take.
Oh my gosh.
I'm obsessed. It's like a forbidden fruit for me at this point, bro. Like it's still not in my province, and I'm just fighting for my life.
Now, Kim, Brayden, obviously from Canada, would you say there's a Californian staple food that he should definitely get?
I mean, everybody always says like In-N-Out, but you guys literally have that in Vegas.
We did, and he
we
didn't
did.
like it.
It was as I call midnight.
It's okay. Yeah.
Jose, if he's listening to this, he's gonna be like Liam Neeson Taken for a minute, and he's gonna fucking come get me because he loves it.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing that people say, but I don't even know if this is also only California, but Five Guys is
I always forget
another
that's a
popular
restaurant.
one. Yeah.
I always
Have
think
you
of
had
like
Five Guys, Brayden?
Me? Yeah. Oh.
I've never had the restaurant nor Five Gentlemen.
What do you mean? The way you're calling it a restaurant is weird. It's like
It's fast food.
it's fast food.
I know. I just wanted to distinguish
The
that.
restaurant.
I've never
Five
been
Guys?
I've never been in a situation where there's 5 men in
Your
front of
birthday
me.
party. There was at least 5 guys.
Well, I meant like in
Yeah.
a very porno setting.
Where he's like sitting on the couch and there's 5 guys standing behind him, that kind of situation.
You get it.
Why are you going there? She didn't.
No, but it's because there's a TikTok. There's like an interview from like.
I seen that.
Yeah, from the Star Trek movie with like Carl Urban and I can't remember the other gentleman's name, but they asked like if she could, when they say beam me up or whatever, like if you could go anywhere, where'd she go? She's like 5 guys, and they thought she meant like she wanted to go to a room with 5 guys, and like
Which
it was
is,
like
I remember seeing that too, and I like the way that they went there with that made no sense.
but it's
But
just
the way that you just went there with that makes no
It's-
sense.
They were like quiet though. They were like,
they're just like if that's like your thing, like that's cool, but like it just every time I hear it, I think of it. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But Kim, what draws you to like the horror genre?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So, the first time I remember ever watching or seeing a horror movie was when I was a kid, and I was like 5 years old, and I was not supposed to be awake. My mom was watching Chucky in the living room, and I saw like, I think it was like the second one or something, but like towards the end, where he got his head cut off.
Okay.
And like Chucky's like head with like the flesh dangling out of it. was
Ooh.
there, and I was like scarred. So I remember I had like nightmares for a little while. I didn't even think I liked horror movies until I like got a lot older. Whenever the Blair Witch Project came out, I watched that and I really liked like the feeling, like the creepy feeling. And I watched
Gotcha.
Signs. And then as I got older, the horror movies just don't really scare me or faze me or give me that creepy feeling anymore. So I was like, what about the games? So they don't always really do that. They pretty much almost never do that for me anymore either. But I really love like the spooky, scary stuff. That's kind of my vibe anyway.
Like just like kind of like the
Um,
ambience and like how like they create like the world in the game and stuff like that.
yeah, and like for example, I worked at a haunted house for a little bit when I was in high school as well. I just really like all that kind of stuff.
That's fair. Friend of the show, Keen Omega, loves Halloween, which I'm assuming is Halloween. I'm not gonna assume. I guess is Halloween your favorite holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's his favorite too. So
It's my favorite holiday too.
it's also she
Nice.
loves it because it's Vegas Girl on Fire's birthday eve.
It is
Mm,
Vegas Girl on Fire birthday eve.
hmm
nice.
But Cody, big scaredy cat. That guy loves everything to do with Halloween. That guy's a scaredy cat, and I hope when he watches this, you know I'm calling you a bitch, buddy. Okay. Um,
Whoa.
but yeah, no, it's cool. Like I feel like, it's kind of interesting to see how you've like gone from a point where like things did scare you, and I'm sure you do still get the occasional jump scare and stuff, but like
Yeah.
90% of the time it's just like your heart ain't even like adding an additional beat. You're like, that's it, that's all you got.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, you watched something and you like hesitated when turning off the lights. Like that doesn't really happen for me with stuff like that anymore. Not since I was a kid.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's the main difference now is I don't get like that creepy, like scary in the back of your mind kind of feeling like when I was a kid.
Which is totally fair, right? And I'm honestly, I'm a little jealous because as everyone knows, I'm a big scaredy cat. I play these horror games, but I am agitated. I'm panicking. I'm like looking around. I'm like, what's going on? Like a box falls, and I'm like, this is it. This is this is
What was your
this
first scary movie, Brayden?
my first one. It was actually was, I think, Jaws, and like the lady got pulled from under the
When?
water. Like I think I was like 6 or 7
Oh,
maybe. And then because my sister, tough cookie, loves scary movies like Kim, nothing really like kind of phases her. And so I watched this lady get pulled out from under the water, and I looked at my mom. I'm like, this ain't for me. And I went upstairs and watched anything else. I was like, this. And then as I got older, on Halloween, just because we were like, we didn't want to go trick or treating at a certain point. We kind of just, my mom would just like buy candy and we'd just make food and like hang out. She called it a fear fiesta, and I was like, all right. And we would just watch like a scary movie, and so I've slowly just been getting into more and more. But yeah, it's scary movies are even the games. I'm still jumpy. It doesn't matter.
I think my first scary movie was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I was about 4 as well, 4 or 5, and I was being babysat by our neighbors. I remember
Yeah.
their last name was Henderson. It was like 4 older than me girls, and we just called them the Hendersons.
Shout out to the
And
Hendersons, man.
the Hendersons showed me Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the old school one.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And I think I don't know. I was scarred as well, just like Kim. And then later on, like scary movies don't faze me, but I cannot play scary games like you guys play. I can play a scary game
Mm.
with people, like any co-op scary game, that's fine. But I cannot play anything by myself. I refuse to play Resident Evil. Anything scary that's a single player game, forget it. I don't want to play.
And do you think it's because like you'll get sucked into the atmosphere, or like just like the whole kind of
I
thing?
don't know
and
what
just...
it is. Scary movies don't faze me at all. I'm the exact opposite of you. They don't faze me at all. I did just see A Quiet Place, and like I'll get jump scared. Like
Right.
I don't feel like that's scary. I feel like that's just shocking, right?
Gotcha.
You get jump scared, you jump, right? I don't think it necessarily scares me, but I'm not like scared of the movies, but I am scared of being in the video games. And I think it's just like being in the atmosphere.
Yeah,
You're
that's,
more in it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I find that I'm more. It's weird because I find like
Because you're in more control.
I'm in more control because I'm physically holding the controller, the mouse and key. Where like the movie, I could just pause it. I could fast forward through the bad section if I really was a big baby about it. But like, not like, but really
Still
like,
scary.
it's still scary the whole time. It doesn't matter. Like that moment, like sometimes you can kind of predict. You're like, here it comes, right? And then you're just kind of like, hold your breath, and then it doesn't happen. You're like, shit, and then it happens. So yeah, I don't know why the movies are like worse for me. Maybe it's because they look real in comparison to like a game. I can just like picture it
Because it is real.
because it's like, yeah, it's a real, these real every scary movie says based on a true story, and I'm like, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Like, so.
No, well, what I mean by real is like you're watching real people.
Yeah. So
rather
like
than like
when they get
an animated situation.
jump scared or something. Yeah, like a video game, it scares me for a second. The heart rate goes back to, whatever it is, and then. But with a movie, it's just like I watched this one called House of Wax one time.
Oh my god,
I've seen that one.
Yeah,
that one gives me like certain situations stick with me. Okay, and when they pulled that girl's cheek off,
oof.
I can't get that image out of my head.
And for me,
that sticks with me.
That scene is like when Buddy comes up with the hedge clippers and hits him in the Achilles, and I was like, ugh.
I don't even know what that scene is because the one scene consumes my entire thoughts of that movie.
That's that scene in my head is the Achilles one, and I'm like, bro got his Achilles cut and then became a wax statue, like R.I.P. dude. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah, I'm fighting.
That's the one with Paris Hilton, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't really remember much of the movie except that there was a wax museum, and
watch party at the Airbnb.
Or maybe something funny.
You're like, no,
comedy.
no thanks.
I'm not prepared. I was like, do we even have time?
You know what? One thing I love about Kimsterrz stream, and you kind of do this too, Brayden, is every time you make dinner, Brayden, you come and like we have to ask, like, what are you eating? And then you show us. Kim never. You never have to ask, okay? It's like part of the routine. She's like, here's my snack plate, shows it to us, turns the plate, shows us everything on the plate, and then you need to take notes because it's one of my favorite aesthetically pleasing parts of Kim's stream is when she shows us her snacks.
Is the plating I ask, is the plating on point?
Plating's on point.
Yeah.
I have snacks here if you want an example.
Yes.
Yeah, hit us with the
snacks. Please show us where your snacks are.
Okay. Here you go. So for tonight, I
like that.
I use my Kuromi plate every time. I
love
that. Carrot cake, like cookie sandwiches with cream cheese frosting.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some yogis. These are like strawberry flavor, kind of like gummy things with yogurt coating, and then I've got some Pocky, strawberry Pocky.
Pockies are great.
God. Yeah, I got lemonade to go with it.
Yeah, Pocky gang, dude.
Pocky gang.
Yeah, man. They had like banana ones. Those were fantastic. The last ones I had were cookies and cream.
Those are good too.
Those sandwiches, did they come as like a package, or did you have to build it? Okay.
No, I got them at Walmart.
That's cool.
Well, ordered them from Walmart. But yeah, they came in like a package. There's like a whole bunch of them like in a row. Like
okay, yeah,
kind of like the bakery section type stuff.
Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. Every time I have treats like that in my house, though, that's the problem. I got a sweet tooth. So I try to keep it out of my house because I will get too baked. Like, shit, I'm hungry.
You know what I could eat? All the cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get baked too, but I just eat my plate.
I respect that. See, I go beyond the bounds of I'm like laying in bed. I'm like, you know, be pretty good right now, and then I cave every time. I never win. I'm never strong enough.
I just stand staring at the pantry, thinking of the most crazy concoctions that I could think of.
Yeah,
and then I walk upstairs with like my bean dip nacho. I don't know. a platter of just something that I would never eat when I wasn't high.
I love that.
But it tastes better.
It does. It
Mhm.
tastes so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's something about it.
I'm like, worth it.
Oh yeah.
Worth it. I'm making this again. I never make it again.
No, but you know what? That moment, it'll be the best thing ever, man.
I always have to have
Mhm.
multiple things too. Like something about when you're high, one thing isn't enough.
I agree.
Have to have multiple things.
And it's funny. I
Yeah.
usually get like a savory and a sweet if I can. I'm gonna get the best of both worlds, like Hannah Montana, and fucking. And I'm like, but I always eat the savory first. I end on the sweet. I don't know
It
why.
depends.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like going the other way around, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know why, but like once you've been enjoying something sweet and then you get hit with something savory, you're like, no. The other way around, you're like, yeah.
A little bit. Like I prefer savory but like but I get it though. I kind of want to end with like a little sweetness in my mouth. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
It really doesn't
Mhm.
matter to me. My brain is just like whatever I want the most, I save for last. And if
Gotcha.
that ends up being a beef jerky stick, then I'm eating that last.
I get that though. I get that. Sometimes you're like, shit, I want this bite to be the best bite that it could possibly be because I'm gonna try and savor that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like,
Mhm.
all right, bedtime. I'm in. You know, you get a little burp later, a little bit of memories down
God.
down memory lane there. Those are
So
hard.
disgusting. Not the burp. Not
Oh.
the beef jerky burp.
But Kim, are you ready to play? Or not to play, but to do some siblings and dating?
I shall give it a whirl. Yeah.
We have our first couple here, or couple of people, however you prefer. You know, they're both rocking glasses, so they're both already, I mean, just like you lovely ladies, rocking some glasses. And what are your first thoughts seeing these guys?
So my other observations, in addition to the glasses, is they do seem to have really similar eyes and hair, and noses are pretty similar too, but they're a
Right?
little bit different, you know. So they're somewhat similar. So that kind of makes me wonder,
Oh my God.
like, if they might
noses.
be
Dude,
related.
there's so much similar with them, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they look really alike, but I don't know. I also read this one thing the other day that people who are together end up like looking similar for some reason.
So I have a question, Kim.
Hmm.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I've got a
Male-
twin, and then I've got 2 younger siblings.
Male and female, or
Well, my twin is a guy.
do you hug your sibling like that?
Well, my twin is shorter than me. So that'd be difficult. I would say like my younger siblings are much closer to each other than they are to me, and I think they would hug like that. Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, no, it's fair, right?
I did not grow up in a very affectionate home. So
Mhm.
I can't, sometimes I look at this and I just don't know. And I also only had sisters. So I have no clue. But
Yeah.
those noses.
The noses look so similar to me, like, in my
They do.
opinion, but they also look somewhat different. So maybe I'm just kind of imagining the noses. But the eyes, you guys, the eyes.
What is what's her face
I
say?
think-
Like the smile. Or whatever, like chick from
Smize?
13 Reasons Why.
Oh yeah,
Smize?
it was that smile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
they have, yeah, I don't remember what the full line was,
Yeah.
but I know what you're talking about. But yeah, like the hair types seem really similar too. I'm just gonna guess that they're siblings.
Okay.
I'm
Vegas,
also
how do
gonna
you
say
feel?
siblings.
You're gonna say siblings? I'm gonna go dating. Mostly because I mean, I feel like they're just on a little getaway, little ski trip or snowshoe trip. But
Mhm.
let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. They are siblings.
Let's go.
There you go. Y'all are 1 for 1.
Yes. All right.
All right. That's pretty cool. Our next couple of people.
Okay.
They're like
They look
matching.
somewhat similar, but sorry.
No, that's all good. you always kind of get first dibs at what your first initial thoughts are.
They have really different. Well, they are male female, so like different face shapes could be accounted for by that.
For sure.
But I see some similarities, but I also see they look pretty goddamn different. They have very different noses, their eyes, their eyebrows. I think this is a couple. They, maybe like perhaps they could be the same race or something, which is why they have some really similar features
Right.
and skin tones. But I don't think that these people are related. I think
Okay.
they're a couple.
I think they're trying to throw us off by this presentation, right? They're not hugging, they're not doing anything a couple would do, but I think Kim's right. They look nothing alike in terms of their individual features. Their noses are different, their lips are different. Their eyes could be a little similar. I can't tell. Hers are a little bit like,
It's kind of hard with like her hair's kind of in the way.
yeah,
a
her
little
hair's
bit.
in the way. She's got some
She's looking down.
lashes.
Yeah.
But for the
But
most
his
part,
eyes are
they look
hooded.
very different. You're right.
Yeah.
I also want to say dating.
See, that's the vibe I went with too, is dating, just because like you said, they totally could have thrown us off, tried it like with the pose alone type thing, trying to like really kind of make us think. But I'm gonna go dating. You guys want to lock it in?
Yeah.
Lock in dating for me.
Dating. Look at that.
Woo!
Let's go, gang. Let's go. 2 for 2 for you girls. Our next.
Oh man.
If they're dating, I'm just gonna be like, why are you dating yourself?
Dude, that
Literally.
it's like looking in a mirror, man. Like,
what?
But then you also see some of the differences. Like they do have different noses.
There's
do.
like a bone right in front of their ear, right by their eye, that is exactly the same on both of them.
Well, they both have like high
Their
cheekbones.
cheekbone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
Ew.
They're rocking like this. They have like the same facial hair. Is the first thing I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
Similar build too,
Yeah.
and the hair is also really similar.
The lips are different. The noses are different.
The ears are also very different. But I don't know. The other guy looks like his ears might. I don't know. Does he have cauliflower ear?
That's what I was trying to figure out too. I was like, this guy looks
Definitely.
like he's a wrestler, maybe some sort of jiu-jitsu specialist.
So his face might have looked more like him, but is now messed up.
Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
like broken a nose.
Like I'm saying their lips are different, but maybe they were the same.
Does he
Right.
look like he has a deviated septum? It might be a little bit deviated.
He's got some stuff going on.
kind of hard to see with like just the lighting on like the gentleman on the right's nose.
Mhm.
But I get what you're saying though.
Damn.
Excuse me.
This is
This
rough.
one's really tough. Like, my inclination is that they're trying to throw us off by looking so much alike. But I don't know. They look like siblings because of how much they look alike.
For sure, right? I feel like if I had to lock it in, I'm gonna lock it in with dating.
I think so too. I think they're trying to throw us off by being like, oh yeah, me and my boyfriend look the same.
Yeah.
People think we're siblings all the time. I think that's what it is. I think so too.
I'm gonna go siblings.
Siblings? Okay.
And
Sibling
if
dating.
I'm wrong, same quote that Kim said. Why are you dating your twin?
Why are you dating yourself?
Mhm.
All right, let's find out. They are dating.
Oh my god.
Why are you dating yourself, my guy?
Why are you dating yourself?
Yeah, Michael. I'm assuming his name's Michael. What if they were both
Mhm.
like? What if one went by Mike and one was Michael?
Oh my god. And they
Like-
had
That is
they had the
such a couple.
same
And-
name.
Yeah,
so
they have the
it's
same name and
awful.
shit. Like, that would be crazy to me.
Yeah. Their wedding pictures. You just only need a picture of one of the guys.
Exactly,
go.
right?
I feel like some sisters really don't look that similar sometimes, and that is 1,000% the case in my family.
I was gonna say, yeah. Case in point, a couple of your sisters. I've seen a few photos of you guys together. Some similarities, but don't look a lot alike.
I think that because they're dressing the same, and I'm a twin, right? For context, my twin is a guy, but he's AFAB. He's trans, so
Okay.
he and I did dress the same when
Right.
we were children. My mom made us wear the same things every day until like when we were 7, we were allowed to dress ourselves, and I was like, finally! And I would like try to purposefully dress differently. So I mean, this kind of makes me think of like siblings that are twins as adults being like, what if we got dressed the same and did a photo shoot? You know?
Totally, right? Like, let's do like not the awkward photo shoot, but let's do like something
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah. Like for their like family or something. I don't
What ocean?
but they
do
are
you think
holding
that
hands
is?
like in a very lovey almost way, but some twins are just really close like that.
It's true. Do you think that's their? Are they holding something, or do you think that's just their hands?
Just
I
hands.
think that
Just hands?
the one is holding the other one's hand in her hands.
Gotcha. Do you guys think that's like the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific? I don't know if that changes
Stop.
anything, but like it might. You never
I
know,
don't
right?
think it does.
I can't. I've lived at both. I only remember seeing the Pacific.
I'm
Gotcha.
gonna say Atlantic because of how cloudy it looks.
Dude, the Pacific.
Really, I would
looks-
say Pacific
Pacific,
because
yeah.
like the Bay Area can look like that.
I'd also say Atlantic because they look like Massachusetts girls, not LA girls.
Gotcha.
But also the Atlantic and the
Really?
Pacific are very long. So those could be Oregon girls.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know.
So
What
what do
if
you?
this wasn't even a like the beach? It was like a lake.
They're actually
yeah,
in
it's-
Tijuana.
yeah, like it's nowhere.
Yeah, it's a lake.
So-
Oh my gosh.
but Kim, what are you thinking?
I think siblings.
Siblings? Okay.
Yeah, they're dressed the same in a way. Like that's not just similar; they're dressed the same.
Right. Right.
What kind of couple does that? Twins do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say siblings as well.
Interesting. I'll go dating just to be on the other side. I can see the siblings things just because, but I also feel like sometimes couples like matching pajamas and shit like that. Not necessarily. I know it's not pajamas.
Let's get matching workout outfits.
That's what I'm
and go
saying,
run on
right?
the
Like
beach
twinning. That's what they say, right?
and
So
then take a picture.
yeah, have like bystander number 1 take a photo. Okay, let's find the results. Dating.
Oh my goodness.
Go, dude. Let's go.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Cringe.
Do you know what we probably didn't take into account was like the lunar cycle? So that-
Stop. Just stop.
Our next set.
Okay.
They look the same.
They do. They have a very like the face shape very similar right off the bat.
The eyes, the noses, the
seam-
mouths.
They got the dimples, like same hairline.
These are siblings, I think.
I'm gonna say dating only because of the hand holding right there.
Oh, I was gonna say because he's like piggybacking off of her. But like
Siblings do that though.
I'm gonna
Which-
say siblings and dating.
you're just thinking this. We're in Bama
no.
right now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. It's like that meme right now where it's like the Planet of the Apes monkey. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. I'll say dating. As for the love of God. So the answer is dating.
Why would you date someone that looks just like you? That's so weird.
Well, don't if you think about I haven't really broken it down, but I hear that a lot of people end up dating like someone that's like similar
mom.
to like their mom or their dad or something like that. And not in like every aspect, but in like half of it at least or something like that. And our last sibling or dating. What do you guys think?
First
Both
I
come
thought
at you with the,
dating, but then I thought like I don't know. Maybe they could be siblings. Although maybe I should just go with my gut and say dating, just because that was like my first thought.
Right.
They have pretty different noses. Their eyes are a little bit different. Similar like cheekbone structure.
I don't know. It's my favorite part is we always analyze the face. We analyze each of their
Mhm.
face. We're like,
I'm
give me-
always going where the hands are going.
gotcha.
I don't know why.
But I get that in a sense, right? Like I feel like usually when you're in a relationship, it's definitely like the hands are doing different things
Mhm.
than if you're with your sibling. Like I get that.
But man, there's so many siblings that just aren't like me and my siblings.
I've seen some, like I said, like with twins too. Like some twins are like very like codependent, even.
Mhm.
For
like,
sure.
Yeah.
I've seen
I've,
some of
So-
I've seen that weird twin show where they like
on-
date the same person.
it's like-
or like
Oh no, no, I've
they
seen
like have to take baths together.
that's crazy. I've seen one. I don't know if it was the same show, but it was like a TLC show, and like this lady, like this guy was married to the woman or whatever, but she was
Mhm.
so codependent with her sister that it was like frustrating the husband. And so I was like,
Yeah.
oh, fun family drama. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go siblings though.
I'm gonna go dating.
Dating. I'm just
Dating?
gonna go with my first thought. Dating.
All right, I like it. I like it. And the results? Dating.
Good.
Ah,
Go. Let's go.
at least we ended on a good one, you know?
That's That's right. Now, Kim, we do have some stories out as well. So our first one. Am I the asshole for pretending to be a ghost and scaring my roommate's date?
My 24 female roommate, 26 female. Oh, sorry. Me, 24 female, and my roommate, 26 female, hasn't spoken to me in 3 days. Wait, is it 2 roommates?
It
No,
just says
My roommate.
hasn't
Okay.
spoken to me in
Yeah.
3 days. Yeah.
They wrote it weird. She was about to have a date at our place with some dude she met on Tinder and thought I was out. As her date, 27 male, arrived, I set the scene meticulously. Dim lighting, cast eerie shadows, and haunting music filling the air. But that was just the beginning. Throughout the evening, I subtly moved objects around, creating an atmosphere of supernatural mischief. I made faucets drip inexplicitly and flickered the lights sporadically. Just as they settled in, I orchestrated a series of ghostly whispers that seemed to emanate from nowhere. However, the pièce de résistance was my grand reveal. With perfect timing, I emerged from the closet with a spine-chilling moan, fully expecting screams of terror, but instead her date's reaction was far beyond what I anticipated. He let out a blood-curdling scream and sprinted out of the apartment like he had seen an actual ghost. My roommate, instead of joining in the laughter, was livid. She refused to speak to me for 3 agonizing days, leaving me to ponder the consequences of my mischievous antics. Verdict? Am I the asshole for taking my prank too far and unintentionally scaring my roommate's date out of his wits, leading her to not speaking to me for 3 days?
Kim, what are your thoughts?
I wish that she provided some more info about like what ended up happening with that date. Like, was she unable to recover? Like,
Right.
But I guess that the consequences don't matter as much as the action. So here's my opinion about pranks. Okay, I think this one had the potential for being just a lighthearted one if he hadn't had that kind of reaction, but you also don't know how somebody's going to react. So with pranks, you got to be prepared for the potential fallout when it's not something that you know for sure everybody would like necessarily laugh about after. I
For
don't
sure.
think that OP is the asshole. But also OP isn't not at fault, you know?
Right.
I feel like OP kind of fucked around and found out, but it's not like an asshole thing. It's just like, yeah, your prank went south. And
And
you have to deal with the consequences.
I feel like in the grand scheme of things, like, yeah, she dimmed the lights, but I mean, I feel like the haunting music, I think that was a good touch. But like I feel like in the grand scheme of things, like she could play it off as she was trying to scare her roommate. You know what I mean? She totally could have played it off like that.
Yeah, that would have been a lie though. So
Well,
like when
she
you look
knew
at the
about the
truth of
date.
the matter, she knew about the date. She knew that they were there
did.
for, date things.
What do people do on a date?
I don't know. They settle in to
They
get the
eat
shit scared out of them, I guess.
I think they just hold hands for like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they ask
Have
each
you ever
other's
been on
favorite
a date,
colors.
Brayden?
No further questions.
Not the awkward laugh. Do we feel like if you're going to prank someone, you should always prank people that you know?
I
And
That's-
think.
if people that you don't know are involved, you shouldn't do the prank?
Well, I think to a degree, I definitely think it's better to prank people you know, because you're more aware of how they're going to react. If I were to prank my roommate, I'd lose. His retaliation, 1,000 times worse than mine, or than my initial prank. So I don't even try.
Yeah, but you can't worry about retaliation when you're gonna prank somebody.
No,
Like,
but I know it would be coming.
So
So
yeah,
you
but
just
that's
don't-
just like a prank war, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Then
different.
it just goes into that. Whereas
Yeah.
like if you prank someone you don't know, then I feel like with what could happen is like there is nothing is off the table in the sense of how they're gonna react. Like hence Buddy looking like he just witnessed a murder. I bet you this apartment was on the 3rd floor. I bet you they jumped down the stairs. They didn't even fucking take him. You know what I mean? Like
Did they say it was an apartment?
they did. They sprinted out of the apartment.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I'm assuming.
Who thinks an apartment is haunted?
I mean,
like
people.
you haven't been in the right apartments.
There's lots of video games where apartments are haunted. Just
True.
saying.
I played one and it
I
was
just
terrifying.
don't live in a scary enough.
Yeah, I played a
city.
few.
You should keep it that way. To be honest,
Yeah.
don't go looking for it, bro. You know.
Just wanna live in a haunted town.
I mean, it isn't a good first impression for somebody. Also, you don't know kind of like if somebody might have like medical conditions that could cause something like cardiac arrest.
True,
They
true.
get scared.
Good
So maybe
point.
OP hadn't thought it through. I still don't think OP's an asshole, but
I also
OP
thought
was not being considerate of the consequences of
For
her
sure.
actions. That's really it.
I also felt like OP wasn't thinking the guest wasn't going to scream and run. Like it would have been like I feel like they were thinking it was gonna be like a jump scare. Ha ha, hi, how you doing? I'm such and such. I'm her roommate, and then life carries on or whatever, right? But obviously it did not go that way. We do not have an update. But yeah, I mean, I don't think they're necessarily the asshole. I think it's kind of a dickish move, I
Let's
guess.
hear one of the responses.
There was none, right?
Yeah, first comment. You're the asshole. You sabotaged
Her date, invaded her privacy in a very cruel way. I wouldn't step foot back in her apartment because her roommate acts like an asshole child. They had an expectation of privacy and you were eavesdropping on them. It wasn't cool. It wasn't funny. You owe them both an apology.
And then
Yeah, when you look at the ages, I guess, yeah.
I mean,
They're the youngest.
And someone said, obviously
yes, you're the asshole.
How is this even a question?
It's definitely OP's fault that all this happened.
1,000%.
I think
OP
a
wants to
lot
know, like,
of-
do I need to apologize? Then the answer is yes, OP. Go apologize to your roommate. Admit fault for what had happened.
Yeah.
And, express some level of concern for what happened to the guy.
Exactly.
There was nothing in this post about that.
No, she's just
Really?
upset that her roommate. I mean, like, for all we know.
Did they recover that date?
Great question.
It was
Should
a
I type-
first date, right?
Oh, it was a first date.
That's
So-
even more fucked up.
I think that fella's not coming back. I think that
Probably
fella
not.
got in his Toyota Corolla
Yeah.
and he drove away.
I think a lot of the responders were mostly focused on the fact that it was a date and she ruined like a first date with
Yeah.
someone. And yeah, they should apologize.
I feel like you could have done it like a couple dates in, like, you know, you meet the person, then you just play the joke, and then you'd be like, "Oh no, Brock, come back! It was a joke." I'm guessing his name, Brock, in the.
Okay.
Interesting name.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think in some aspect, he is the asshole. But I mean, at the same time, it's just like, I feel like she could have done worse.
Yeah, it's not like the worst "Am I the asshole?" post I've seen.
Yeah.
There's some where I'm like, why are you even questioning? You're definitely an asshole. Fuck you for even thinking you might not be the asshole. Like, this is like one of those things where it's like, I get why you think you're not an asshole.
Yeah, you should
And
probably apologize. Like it's
Exactly.
maybe like relationships shouldn't be ruined over this kind of thing, but like, you know, you should probably apologize.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah,
And you know what they
exactly.
say? There's, you know, first dates leave a great first impression.
Yeah, and that was not a great one. Yeah. So I feel for
Blood curdling screams.
Kobe's roommate.
Bro's like, she sounded like bro's in Halloween and dying.
He must have thought he was.
Yeah.
He's just dealt with all these other things. Like the lights were flickering. He's looking around like, I don't know if I
Kind of
should
weird.
be here.
Like, why is spooky, scary skeletons?
Whispers.
Yeah.
Get out
But yeah.
of here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Our next story. Girl I'm seeing, 23F, clogged my 21 male toilet and is now ghosting me.
Girl, wait, what is TLDR?
Too long didn't read. But if you skip that part,
Too long didn't read. Girl accidentally blocked my toilet and flooded my bathroom and now won't reply to me, likely out of embarrassment. I swear this is not a joke. I'm mostly a viewer of this sub, but I guess now I need some real advice. I met this girl about 3 weeks ago and things really kicked off. We've hung out more than I can count, probably about 2 to 4 days each week, and been intimate 3 times. Friday night, she was over, and while watching a movie, she went to use my restroom. I noticed she was in there for unusually long. And I hate the way people write. And at a point, I started hearing what sounded like sobbing. I knocked on the door. She frantically ran to lock it and said I couldn't come in while certainly crying. I asked what was wrong, and after repeating the question a few times and even trying to leave her alone, thinking she was having some sort of female emergency, she opened the door, ran to my bedroom, grabbed all of her things, and ran out the door. I soon found out she took a shit in the toilet and must have clogged. My toilet clogs very easily, so there was a plunger, which she had tried to no avail. She must have tried to flush way too many times as the water completely overflowed, leaving several chunks of shit all over the floor with disintegrating toilet paper. She also seemingly tried to clean it up desperately using both of my bath towels and 2 bathroom mats, which were now soiled in poop water. It took me maybe 2 minutes to unclog the toilet, another 40 or so to clean the bathroom, and some time to get the smell out. I initially didn't text her for like 2 days because I was pretty upset about the way she reacted, but she's really sweet, very attractive in my opinion. I genuinely enjoyed the time we spent, so I reached out to her Monday morning asking if she wanted to meet and talk things over. It's been almost 2 days and she hasn't replied. And prior, she rarely even took more than 2 to 4 hours to reply, so I'm fairly certain she doesn't want to see me again, either because of the way I reacted out of embarrassment. I really, really do like her, so if there's a chance of saving this, I'm all for it, but at the same time, I'm not going to beg for her to talk it out. Is there anything more I can do, or do I cut my losses?
That's a lot to unclog there. You know what I mean?
There's an update. There's an update.
There is an update, but we'll get to that after.
Okay. Okay. So my first impressions are I mean, it's really sweet of him to still want to salvage it after like that mortifying, embarrassing moment for her and having that level of sympathy for her.
For sure.
And still, you know, because there are a lot of guys that like the moment that they find out that women can poop, they're like, oh, hell no.
It's like,
they have buttholes too?
You ever see the movie Ted?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like Patrick Warburton's character. It always makes me laugh. He's like, I dated this girl for 8 months and she farted in her. I was like, I'm out. But he packed his lap. And I was like, what the fuck? Dude? I was like, sure, man. But yeah, For sure. I think it's definitely it can be embarrassing. I think on a first, your first little bit, I feel like going, using the number two in the respective house. It's almost like not like it happens. It's a natural thing. But I get where you're like, fuck, not now, dude. Like, doesn't even have like a spray I could use to like cover it up.
You ain't covering up shit all over the floor, though. I'm just saying, like, I understand her desperation at that point, and she was crying, clearly, because, like, she knew that it was not salvageable. She knew that things were fucked beyond a point of, saving.
Right.
And that she would need to expose the whole mess to him. And I don't blame her for running out and feeling embarrassed. And, I mean, I'm thinking about myself in her shoes. I would have felt too mortified to probably message back, especially to not be the first person to message back.
Right.
Or something, like to not message first. But also, like, on the other hand, even if the guy was willing to look over, I'd be like, no, dude, like, you saw my shit.
Like, bro, like, I wasn't ready for that kind of commitment yet, dude. Like,
I haven't even farted in front of you yet, man.
Like, you haven't even burped, let alone asked for a second round of dinner. You know what I mean? Like, so I get that. I get that. It's definitely a struggle, especially like there's nothing worse. You go on a date and you have like this food that just doesn't agree with your stomach. This is like now preventing me from having fun because like because you sit there and you think about it. You feel the gurglies.
You're in pain.
You're like trying to hold it in. You're like, I just gotta make it 45. The movie's over in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You go to the bathroom. You come back. It's still bad.
Yeah,
oh my god. Yeah.
That's the worst is when you gotta go back for round 2.
You're
or
like,
3.
can I wait it out until the end?
Yeah, like hopefully she doesn't make a move on me or else I might explode.
Now, I'm trying to put myself in this girl's shoes, but if this situation were to happen to me, I probably wouldn't have run. I probably would have, maybe hid for a while and then just kind of sucked it up and been like, listen, I overflowed your toilet. I need to clean.
Yeah, like, did you like the
Can
hard?
you give me some stuff to clean, or can you help me
unclog it?
Unclog the toilet.
It's
like you just kind of gotta suck it up. But the situation happened. It is what it is. I guess if I were her, if I would have chosen to do exactly what she did, I probably wouldn't answer either. But
right, like that's. I mean,
just kind of scared of like what he's actually calling to say.
Yeah, and like
you don't know, he might be calling to chew her out. He might be calling
just to be
50-50.
like, why'd you run? Like I think like for me, the kicker was like, I mean, like don't get me wrong, it happens. You clog a toilet, that's why there's plungers and stuff. But like, it's she's like flooding the engine of the toilet here and just letting it fill, and then just is like, you know what? Now that you got this swampy mess on the floor, I'm gonna make it, dude. Like
swampy.
And like, I feel bad for the guy in a sense because he had to clean it up. Obviously, I feel bad for her too because it like we were talking about earlier. It's they weren't there yet. They like first they gotta pee in front of each other before that kind of stuff happens. Like so it's just like it's the next step. And maybe she's thinking we're moving too fast at this point.
Now, his question is there anything more I can do, or do I cut my losses?
I mean, I feel like he's done everything he can by just reaching out.
I'm not sure exactly what he texted her.
For sure,
but
right? He didn't.
I think what he should have done if he wanted to salvage it is be like, hey, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, she
maybe
said he
make her feel.
I think he just said he reached out to her Monday morning asking if she wanted to meet to talk.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is he needs to make his text more detailed than that.
Fair, totally,
he
right?
He needs to put
like, hey, like
some like if he wants her to feel like everything's fine, then he needs to tell her that everything's fine.
Everything's okay. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Saying, do you want to meet and talk things over? Sounds like he wants to make some sort of negotiation for the fact that he just cleaned up all her shit.
Yeah. And also he said he didn't text her for 2 days.
Well, he,
'cause
I
he
think
was
he
upset.
wanted to give her that
So-
space, I think.
No, he said he was upset. So
No, he said
like,
he was upset.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
you know, he also needs to address that and come clean, you know, and say, I'm really sorry. I didn't
lost my
text you.
shit.
I admit maybe don't use that word.
Jesus.
But like, you know, I'm sorry that I got upset and lost my cool after what happened. I was mostly angry because you ran off, like whatever reasons that made him specifically mad. I'm sure he wasn't
sure.
mad that she clogged it, but more that she just fucking ran, and used up his towels and everything. So I think he would have to, you know, address that first, you know, address the anger part of it and admit that, and then say, but I'm not upset anymore. I understand. I would be very mortified and embarrassed if I were you. I'm not saying that you deserve to be embarrassed if, you know, you aren't, but, you know, just come at him, you know, come at her from like a point of like understanding and trying to put yourself in her shoes and being like, look, I know this was probably one of the most embarrassing interactions you might have had, but, you know, I still really like you. And if he, you know, tells her those things, you know, and explains like, you know, this has all been resolved. Let's put this behind us. We know what happened. We don't need to acknowledge it again. I want to keep seeing you.
Exactly.
Until the wedding.
Let's wipe the slate clean like the toilet paper did. Okay, you know what I mean?
Toilet paper didn't do shit, dude.
Well, no, it
toilet
was
paper
probably
was on the floor with the shit.
It was part of the problem. It was.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's see this update.
Let's see this update, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. That's the TLDR, so we can skip that part.
I hope everyone that saw the last post somehow finds this update because I received some great advice and honestly, y'all are cool as hell. I decided to incorporate most of the tips and texted her one last time, pretty much saying she shouldn't beat herself up too much and don't worry, shit happens. I kid you not, 2 seconds later, she disliked the text and then sent me a paragraph that she likely typed up beforehand. It was just a long-winded apology, mostly about how she reacted. I called her right after and she found the joke pretty funny and I could tell she felt pretty bad. We previously had 4th of July plans to watch the fireworks from my apartment rooftop, and she decided to come over with a set of fresh towels.
Let's go.
She was a little awkward, which I guess makes sense, but all it took was a little alcohol to get her back to normal. Scroll?
I think that's it.
Thanks again for all the tips. Guess I just needed to give her time and make light of the whole situation.
That's fucking hilarious. I like this. I like this OP.
It was a good ending.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that. I like the updates though. You know, like I'm glad it all worked out. You know,
shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens, man.
Shit happens.
You know, they sometimes you get a little clog in the relationship. Got to get through it. So I mean, that's I'm proud of them. You know, I hope to this day, they have a child and somehow it's got like a fecal matter kind of name. In a sense.
I hope not.
Kind of tied together.
That's nasty.
I feel so bad for that child, but yeah, you know, I'm really glad that this worked out. This actually kind of really shows, you know, the strengths of really trying to work things out when something catastrophic happens. This
100%.
is a good sign for their future of their relationship, honestly. If they were able to get through this shit, they could get through anything.
Exactly, right? Like, so I feel like if they actually continued to see each other, I should just DM this fella. Hey, you still seeing this girl?
I also feel like, because this was such a simple situation where the guy just really, like, he did text and he was like, we should talk this out. He really just needed some advice, couldn't see what he needed to do, and he actually like got advice from the Reddit community and it worked. Like, sometimes, I feel like some people just like, I don't know, that because they're in the situation, they can't take themselves out of the situation. They just might need a little advice.
Yeah, it's just kind of like because they're
work out.
Yeah, because they have, it's like an outside perspective just to be like, hey, this is what I would recommend.
Yeah,
and it worked. And now, you know, now they're so. I mean, this was 2 days ago. The update was 2 days ago.
Literally, they were like, hanging out. 4th of July. Let's go.
Like 4th of July.
I feel like I'm there.
Exactly. I feel like I was on that rooftop with them. I was like, guys, we did it. Did it? And she's like, what? And yeah, so funny gag gift. He could get her a plunger.
No gag gifts. Stop. He needs to get himself a better plunger. That one wasn't working.
I don't think
He
she
needs a new
tried to
toilet.
use it.
I think she did. In the post said she did.
But she said what she had tried to no avail.
Yeah.
Yeah. The new, but like he said that the toilet was the problem. It
But
clogs very
he did say
easily.
that clogs very easy, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's why I think he needs a new toilet, maybe a new plunger, but definitely a new toilet.
Definitely a new
You
toilet.
won't need the plunger nearly as much if you have a good toilet.
exactly.
True.
Exactly. Good toilets go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Life lesson for everybody.
Life lessons from an electrician.
That's right. I don't deal with toilets. I just shit in them. But our next story. Am I the asshole for ghosting a guy after he told me he loved me 24 hours after we met?
I don't even need to know.
Yeah, I don't even need to read it. The answer's no.
I, 28, female, met a guy, male, 28, on a dating app a couple weeks ago. The conversation was instantly good and it was off to a great start. We talked for 24 hours nonstop, just getting to know each other while we talked about what we wanted from a relationship, long-term, marriage, etc. He seemed like a very nice, down-to-earth guy, and our views aligned for the most part. He went on and on about how he thinks this could work and how much he liked me as a person, etc., which at first I thought was kind of sweet, but still a little weird since we haven't met in real life, but I didn't want to say anything as to not kill the vibe or hurt his feelings. So I suggested we meet for coffee. He said that he would rather us keep talking for a few days before going on a date, which I thought was fair, but still weird considering how straightforward he was about his feelings. He then proceeded to tell me that he felt a sudden urge to tell me something, so I said, "Call me, we'll talk about it." He refused to call or send a voice memo or even snaps of himself, but still I gave him the benefit of the doubt, thinking he might be insecure. Anyways, then he writes, "I love you. I'm sure of it. I'm in love with you, and I want us to get married." I was kind of confused and didn't know what to say, so I said, "Are you sure? This is kind of fast." He kept insisting and saying it over and over. This went on for about a week before I finally decided I didn't like the guy or the situationship, but didn't know how to break it to him, and I was overwhelmed by his love bombing, if you could call it that. So I ghosted him. Am I the asshole?
I mean,
That was
first
love
thought,
bombing.
no. Right, like, it's a lot to, like, throw at somebody, like, you just met. It definitely gives you How I Met Your Mother vibes.
Never
in a
watched
sense.
that.
So the main character, Ted, he meets character Robin. They go on a date. It's going really well. You know, he's about to get the kiss. He goes, "I love you." And she's like, whoa, 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 pump the brakes? Excuse me? What?
Yeah.
And then it's really awkward. And then they continue to be friends and go on and off in this relationship. And that's probably part of the more annoying parts of the show. But that's how it started. Started with the love bomb.
I see.
I feel like that's a lot to throw at somebody, though. 24 hours in. I feel like it kind of gives me, like, have you ever watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
A little bit.
It gives me Boyle vibes, right, Lisa?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, where he's just full Boyle, you know, just kind of like, he's just very, he falls
He goes
very
too
fast.
hard, too fast.
Yeah, exactly. Too hard, too fast, and just, like, proclaims his
I
love.
don't think it really gives any of those vibes, to be honest. This guy they never even met.
Yeah.
They literally never met. He refuses to send pictures or anything. And he's just like, "I love you." Like
Oh, wait, I didn't.
without meeting, without
Really getting
talking
to
on
know
the
him.
phone. Like
Mhm.
she basically said like he refused to do anything further than text and then just said he loves her.
He's a fake. Not a
Ooh,
real
you
person.
know,
Oh yeah, it could
he's
be
like a
a
dating
scam.
scam too.
Yeah,
It could
dating
be a
Dating
scam.
scams.
Like,
yeah.
where he's
My
just, like,
mom's high school best friend fell for one of these dating scams. Like
Damn, that's
no
so
joke, and
sad.
then ended up losing like $5,000 in
oh my,
savings.
that's crazy.
Like a crazy situation where
That's
she
a
never
lot
met
of
the
money.
guy. She didn't talk to him on the phone. They only messaged and he was like, "I love you, like we should be together." And then he's like, "Oh, I need to fly out there, but like let me
I got no
send you some
money.
money. So, but then can you send me a check?" And like some weird roundabout way of getting her to send him money, and she did it.
That's
This could be the
That's
crazy.
so
start of a
sad.
dating scam.
Right? It
Mhm.
could be one of those things
It
because
reads like one.
yeah, like, because, like, for me, I just, Like if someone was just you hadn't even talked on the phone or met,
I'll,
that's red flag. That's like
I'll tell
3
you
red
this,
flags, bro.
okay? Ain't no man this insecure and then love bombing somebody without any pictures or anything like that.
Right?
Uh,
Like
I don't think, and no matter what, like, I don't know. I've been on the dating apps even very recently, and just the grossest dudes will want to meet up.
right away.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that, but
I
Like,
I
even the
it's
grossest dudes wanna
definitely
meet up quickly, and this guy is I feel what you mean, though, like, it's just a lot of red flags. One red flag being first 24 hours of meeting, you say you love her. Also, other red flags, you won't do a phone call, you won't do a voice message, you won't do a Snapchat, you won't meet in
like
person. Like, all this is gigantic red flags, and yeah, I mean, I just keep on thinking about the dating scam thing. It's
yeah,
like it reads just like one because it's not a dating scam. It's somebody else who's very emotionally unstable that you would not want to be with.
yeah.
exactly. Like
You're
gives me
not
the
the
vibes
asshole
that
either way.
you're gonna get in their car, they're gonna yell at you, and you're gonna want to jump out of that thing while it's moving 80 miles an hour. You know what I mean? Like, because that feels safer. Um,
Let's see a comment.
sure, sure.
Yeah.
Uh, there we go.
Fast tracking a relationship by declaring love means to bypass the natural progression of a relationship. The important part, like getting to know each other and building trust, that's not healthy.
True, right? It's true.
Yeah.
I feel like
Next.
I feel like sometimes when you get into a in the initial relationship, your feelings probably feel stronger than normal because it's like a honeymoon phase. You're all excited, like, right? But I feel like
Mhm.
you don't jump to that conclusion that you love them, because you're just like, I think you're just more excited to get to know them and to be around them, as opposed to just being like, shit, I love you, babe. What?
Yeah. Infatuation. I think some people get, feelings of infatuation mixed with love.
Yeah, for sure.
And, the fact that they're always on your mind, it might make people think like, oh, this must be love. And what really sucks is I feel like movies and TV kind of really teach people the wrong things and teach people that like, yeah, that's what
Mhm.
love is, right?
Well,
There's also a
especially
lot of another unhealthy stuff too, but yeah.
and especially on like TV, because like the progression of love happens so much faster because of the shortened, like if it's on a TV show, they have 30 minutes to demonstrate this relationship or do this, and so it's a lot. But I can see 100% where you're coming from, as like
Mhm.
their perception of what love is supposed to be like is a lot faster. Like it's not though. Like you
Yeah.
usually, if you're, I feel like you usually got to at least feel it out before you just assume, right? Like sometimes you might find this person really attractive, but like just their personality is not the vibe for you.
Let me see another comment.
Sure.
Hmm.
That's just a sub comment. Next one.
He was
He
honestly putting up a lot of red flags. Next comment. Huge red flags. He decided to do anything besides texting, confessing in 24 hours. That's not a good sign either. He's also suspicious for insisting too much. There's a lot of creeps on the internet. Better be safe than sorry.
damn right. Uh,
Yeah.
Someone says next comment. He's a scammer, hoping you are lonely and have low self-esteem, trying to suck you in with promises of true love and marriage. You'd continue communicating. He'd start asking for money. Your
We,
mom's
we
friend.
Literally.
called it. We called
Yeah.
that too.
Besides, if he was really hopelessly in love, he'd have jumped at the chance to meet you in person. Also true.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like if
Hmm.
She literally wanted to meet.
yeah,
Why? He exactly that he's looking for someone that's lonely with low self-esteem.
that would just like collapse in the sense of
But
like,
I mean, if it is a scammer, um in the scam as the scammer, if they're like, let's meet, you already know that you're not gonna
you're
get
cooked.
that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Like you're like, all right, unmatch, or if he's gonna fall in love that fast, maybe you should try speed dating. That help.
Hmm.
No, because they don't want to see anybody.
Well, yes, but I mean,
Well, yeah, they're a scammer,
if they're
but
not a scammer, if they are a scammer, I hope they step in dog poop with their toes, bare feet.
Same.
Yeah, and then
Bare
stub
feet.
bare feet, bro. Like not like on your shoe, you can rinse that shit off with the hose, but like bare feet, like that's like you
You can
can't even
also
walk
rinse that
in.
off with the hose.
You can,
Yeah.
yeah. But what if it's like what if it's in your house, like your dog just boom? That's like it's the double
Oh,
whammy.
and then
Like,
you smush it into your carpet.
yeah, and then you gotta walk on your heel over to the tub. Just a nightmare, bro.
That's true.
So, but yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. Not the asshole. I think you've saved yourself a lot of money.
I think so. Sometimes you have to be an asshole even if you're not actually the asshole. You know?
Exactly. You
Mhm.
ghosted the right person.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
but we got one more short one here.
One more short one.
This is a short one. It's quick.
Nighttime scare.
Am
Am
I
I the
the
asshole for waking my mom and brother up in the middle of the night because I was scared? I need to know if I'm overreacting or not. Today's June 27th, and it's the last day of school for most kids in my area. I, 20 female, am home alone due to my partner being away. I'm sitting on the couch at 11 p.m., and there's a knock at my door. I answer the door thinking it's a friend, but it turned out to be 3 young boys, probably 12 or 13, dressed in Halloween costumes, saying trick or treat and asking for candy. I told them no and closed the door, and after that, I peeked out the window to see where they went, but they were gone. And it's so dark around my house, you can't see anything, especially because there's no street lights. Now, this may seem like not a big deal, but I live in a small town where everyone knows everyone, and I've never seen these kids before. I had no idea who they were. This caused me to freak out and have a mild panic attack. I called my mom and brother who live in the neighborhood, and they drove around to see if they could see anybody, and they came to my house to help me make sure all my windows were locked and that I was okay because I was scared to leave the house because it was too dark for me to see. I need to know if my reaction was justified or if I'm the asshole for waking them up and
I
I'm
feel
just
like.
overreacting.
What do you think, Kim?
I think OP is probably overreacting. This is like another one where I'm like, you're not the asshole for having feelings of fear, considering that, you know, you don't really know these kids and why are they showing up at your house in June saying trick or treat? But on the other hand, it's also kind of like, this seems like a prank that, you know, kids that are 12 or 13 might think up and be like, let's go to the neighboring town and do this prank on all these
For
people who
sure.
don't know us, you know? So I think that that's more likely what happened, but OP got like so, you know,
In her
worked
head,
up
just
into it, you know, that she called them. But I don't see a reason to get that upset about, you know, being called by your daughter and sister, you know,
yeah.
to go drive around and see
Like, hey,
that
like I'm.
everything's okay.
Yeah,
Like,
like
better be safe than sorry, I
I
guess.
feel like like at the end of the day, like they're not really gonna be that upset. Like, you know, what's it, 2. Well, if they're kids, this is 11 p.m. You know, like realistically, it's not that late yet. You know, they probably a couple hours of sleep, maybe if you go to bed that early, I guess. But like, I just like you said though, if it's a small town, that means it's probably pretty easy to pass through, or maybe it's close to walk to, and maybe these kids were just wanted to be silly little geese. I can imagine one was dressed up as like a sock monkey, the other one was dressed as like Michael Myers, and the third one was an angel. But like the I like I mean like she couldn't. I feel like if you have like your front entry light on, don't you think you'd be able to watch them walk away?
Yeah, that's also true. But I
Like,
think that she was like more worried, like, were they hanging around the neighborhood waiting to like get her? And I'm like, what do you think these kids are gonna do? You
yeah,
know?
this is
Uh, I don't know. I think OP just might have I think OP overreacted, but I don't think that OP is an asshole for overreacting. But it's kind of like, you know, why don't you just calm down?
I totally agree. I think she is overreacting. I feel like the kids, you know, this isn't they're children. They're not adults that are like, you know, if an adult knocked on my door and said trick or treat, and they were wearing like a small costume that doesn't fit, I'd be like, ain't no fucking way. You know, like that's a story about murder. But like, just a couple kids, They're probably just trying to be silly, and they're and in a sense, if that was like their version of a prank, I feel like that's the most harmless prank they could have done.
I think the people that she should be asking is her mother and brother. Did they think she
Yeah.
was an asshole? If
sure.
not,
Nothing about that in here.
what did they think?
Right?
They're the ones that dealt with it.
And I feel like
Mhm.
Kim said, they're probably gonna be like, no, like whatever, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, just relax.
They came.
They came. They didn't
They
care.
checked the neighborhood.
Mhm.
They checked her
around.
windows.
Yeah, like
Maybe they might have given her a hard time for it later, but
and
like,
they'll do it forever.
like, oh yeah, like, oh, remember that time that she got scared by 12-year-olds? Like,
Exactly.
but nobody's like, you're the worst. I can't believe you did this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see that being a reaction to this.
No, and I feel like if they did react that way, get a new mom and brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then they would be the assholes. But like, I don't
Exactly.
think anyone's there's no assholes here. Was it NAH in here? No assholes here? Like the sub has rules, like
right.
how to reply. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what that. There was no we are the first to comment.
Yeah.
Let's comment. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. NAH.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Mm-hmm.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
But yeah. No, I mean it makes sense to me. You know, I feel like. But luckily they answered this time. You know, and I feel like you would have I feel like if mom and brother didn't answer, you could have probably called a friend like you're telling me in today's modern age, not of 9 days ago, you don't have more than 2 people you could call in a small town, you know?
Yeah. And if anything, this small town probably has like a non-emergency police phone number, and they probably don't have a lot going on at the police station anyways. They'll send out Joe Jack to go drive around your neighborhood.
Exactly.
You know?
And if she owns the place, maybe invest in a security system or invest in something that would make her feel more comfortable at home.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like there's ways around it. I feel like get one of those locks, like make sure that you have like locks that are you can't just get open. Like you ever see those ones where you like put in the door, and even if the door opens, it only goes like an inch or something like that.
It's like the chain lock, but it's like one solid piece of metal. I've seen like it has like a little place for it to slide, right?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. They have them in hotels a lot.
Yeah, and like
Sue in chat says booby traps like Home Alone. Dude. We just set up nails all over the steps.
Just make sure there's a constant heat hitting one of the doorknobs. One of my favorite Home Alone traps was when he threw the paint cans at them and it absolutely crushed them in the skull. You're telling me those guys are getting up after that? That's murder.
They got up after everything.
Yeah, like that's
those dudes
murder,
are resilient.
Dude. Like Joe Pesci,
take
get out of here.
Like a hot iron, an actual iron to the face or something like that.
They even took a brick off the top of the building. Or is that New York? I don't know. The kid does so many traps.
There were so many traps.
So many. Like, I was not this smart at 10 years old, okay? I'm not that smart now. So, but like that.
Literally, if I had to think up my own trap right now. And he set all that up in like a crazy quick amount of time.
Yeah. Like first night, he's got all where did he get all these cardboard cutouts? Like there's no way his dad has 8 of them. You know what I mean? Like
it was like 40 people in that house. Like who knows?
Yeah, true. Somehow single income can afford a trip for 20 or whatever the hell. Like what does this guy do?
That house too?
The house was huge. God. Like it. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So I mean, she could do a Home Alone stitch. The only downside is you gotta disarm the traps every day when you wake up.
Get a dog.
Yeah, but some dogs don't bark.
They don't have to bark. Well, I guess they do have to bark.
Yeah, they had a Great Dane who would hide behind me when he found people he was afraid of.
But the Great Dane, right? They're scaredy cats, but they look intimidating. They see that dog, they're like, oh.
You gotta make sure Scooby knows that if you say go get a Scooby snack, boom, he's on him. locked in.
Just get a beware of dog sign.
True. You could
Yeah,
also
I thought about that.
You could also put a like security sign out there or something like that. Just
Yeah, there's fake
things.
security signs.
Yeah.
Beware of dog signs. You can
Like
get like a fake
Smile, you're on
ring
camera side
camera.
in your windows.
yeah. You know,
Mhm.
You know,
just
those fake ring cameras.
there's lots of ways I feel like you could do things to make yourself feel more comfortable at home.
Actually, ring cameras, like they have really cheap ones on Amazon. You can get for like $30.
They
That
make some
just
for
like
renters now.
they just like pop on your front door and you can see it on an app.
Yeah, right. So I mean, and first of all, if you don't know who's coming at your door, don't open it. That's
Mhm.
your like, you know, that's hence the ring camera would be great. Because I've been seeing these TikToks where people just walk up to people's doors and say, "Open the door," and they're just like, "Open the door," and they're like, "Who the hell are you?" And they're just like, "Can you open the door, please?" They're like, "No."
No.
Like, bro, you're probably about to wear my skin. Like, no thanks.
Mhm.
So,
Anyways, not the asshole.
not the asshole,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, not the asshole.
Let's see. Oh, so Kim, as you know, every episode we play, we do a game with our guest. So I hope you're excited
Okay.
because we try to curate the game
Because we're playing a game.
we try to curate it to our
Excited.
guest. It's very exciting. Why? So today's, can you see it?
No.
No. Okay, right. You guys. Okay, I was gonna say, I gotta change that. Oh, jeez. Okay, this button.
Technical difficulties.
Well, you
So
guys had an IT person here.
So today's game is Kimmery.
Kimmemory.
Kimmery.
Oh my
Very
God.
exciting. So Kim,
Like
the
It's cute.
object of the game is you've played many scary games in your life, and we are going to show
Yeah.
you a couple screenshots to see if you can figure out what that game is.
So these are games I've definitely played.
100.
I have to say, when I put that thing covering my camera earlier, and she was like, "This reminds me of a game that I played," I was scared
I was like, she knows.
because of this game. I'm like, she's gonna be so good at this game.
Maybe. I played a lot though. So I guess we'll see. Because I
Yeah, you
play like
have.
different stuff each day. Like I usually stream 4 times a week in a different game each day.
Yeah.
And I try to finish games throughout each of the weeks. So I sometimes can finish one in one,
Yeah.
one stream.
I totally get that because some scary games you never. I feel like with a lot of, depending on like the developer, I guess, like you can tell like you just don't know if the game's gonna be an hour or 7.
Mhm.
And like some
Yeah.
games I'm like, oh, this game should take me like a couple hours. Sometimes it takes me like 30 minutes, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Like 9 Child Street was a game I thought was gonna be way longer, but it was only like an hour and a half experience. Great. I was like, this is perfect. I just wasn't prepared for it to be so short.
Hmm.
Well, we're gonna test your Kim memory on
That's
the
right.
games that you played.
Sounds
So
good.
Kim, here is your first screenshot.
Okay, let me think. Why does look familiar? I know why it looks familiar. It's because it's something I played.
Because you played this.
Um,
Actually,
yeah.
fun fact, all these screenshots are directly from your streams.
This is a screenshot from a VOD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they? So this.
And
must
they
be-
went pretty far back.
Well, yeah, you got like because you probably have Prime, so it goes back 60 days.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember where this Pixar-looking lamp came from.
We do
I don't
there.
know.
I believe it's what, 2 screenshots per.
You get 2 screenshots for a guess.
Oh, it's like so per game. There's like 2 screenshots.
2 pictures.
Correct.
2 pictures.
Okay. Do I get penalized for wanting to see the next one?
No.
Can I see the next one?
Yeah, I
think they'll
can't
give
go
me more
back
content.
though. I can't go back.
Yeah, we can't
Okay,
go
that
back.
one's locked in my memory.
Okay. Here's your
But the
next
second
one.
one's easier.
Is it a dumpster? Oh, what was the name of this game? I
You got
remember
it.
this one because there was like a big like monster like outside that was like whoosh 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 in the in the street. I don't remember the name of it, but I know exactly what game. I know what game this is.
On the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, it's like some sort of like interdimensional game that I think. Oh, Mirror's Edge. Was that the name of it?
Is that your final
That's my
answer?
guess.
That's your guess? And the
Yeah.
answer is Mirror Forge.
Ah, I was so close.
Close.
It was Mirror something. I was like, it's some interdimensional mirror game. I
That's-
didn't even. Did I finish it? I don't even know if I finished it.
That's a pretty good guess though. Just
No,
based
Mirror's
on
Edge is that one like.
it's
parkour
a
game.
free run. Yeah, the parkour one. That's what I was like.
I
You're
actually
so
own
close.
that, but I haven't played it.
It's the first one's good if you ever get around to it, but it's not as scary.
Yeah, they're not scary. Yeah.
So your next game.
Can't even see what that is.
Trust me, me neither.
This one feels unfair because I can't see what it is.
I can kind of describe it. It looks like there's some barbed wire right here.
Yeah, I see barbed wire. I don't know what
There's-
that orangey stuff is.
Looks. I don't know if it's like hot honey sauce or if it's something of lava descent. And then I'm guessing this is some sort of structure. Maybe a tree.
Can I see the next
On
one?
the left side, on the left side, there is a hand.
Oh, right
There's a
here.
hand?
Right here. Yeah, I see it now that
Oh.
you've pointed it out. You want to see
I
the next
see.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the next screenshot?
Oh. Ha. The Evil Within.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic game, by the way.
Yes. Yeah.
I was watching
finished
you-
it.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Last time I watched you play it, you were like running around from like these two guys were chasing you, and you're like in like you're stuck in kind of like two rooms. And they had
Yeah.
water. Yeah.
That
Super
was
spooky.
towards the end of that was my last stream of The Evil Within 1 because I finished it that stream.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. I gotta
Then-
play 2.
Two. I haven't played much
Came
of
up
two
on
yet.
the wheel yesterday.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So your next game.
I think I might know what this one is, but I'd want to see more.
Want to see the next screenshot?
Yeah.
You should wait.
Oh,
We can't go back.
can't go back.
No, I'm less confident now. Wait, no, I know what this one is.
I was like, oh,
This is
a pivotal-
Amnesia. The Bunker, I think it's called.
That's your final answer?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Amnesia Rebirth.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't remember the name of it. I was like, The Bunker sounds like the next one.
I think so.
Yeah. But it was the Amnesia game I'm still finishing. Not done with
Absolutely.
it.
Nice. Well, I think honestly, like, so far, like, you're pretty much there. You know what I mean? Like, the first
Mhm.
one, you got, like, the subtitle wrong. You know, this one, you also, it's just, like, the sub word.
Subtitle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you're still on it. You're on the ball. Your next game. If it helps, I know it's kind of dark. I'm assuming this is a red light above a door. Because I can't see if there's a door there, if I'm going to be honest. We have a chair, table,
Put a lamp up there.
a
On the
little
table.
lamp, yeah. It looks like it's behind the table.
Hmm.
And then we have,
You're gonna know what it is when you see the next picture immediately.
Ah. Okay, then let's see it.
all right, here is the next photo.
Actually, do I remember this one? Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, this was it was the game I was playing with Gothy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were
Again,
hiding
I'm
here
forgetting.
for so long.
Yeah, because the dude wouldn't go away. That one I keep on mixing up in my mind with Hanacor, but I don't think it's that. I don't remember the name of it though, so that's unfortunate. I also forgot the name of it the other day, and I got corrected on what it was when I was
Classic.
talking about it.
Classic
Yeah.
soup. I know it wasn't soup, but we might as well just throw it at soup.
Yeah.
Classic Dan.
Yeah, Dan might have actually told me what it was, but I don't remember it. I'm sorry. I know the game. I remember
Yeah.
the game,
That's
but
hey.
I don't remember what it was called.
All right, let's tell her
I
what it
play
is.
too many games to remember their names, I guess.
There's so many.
The game is Paranoia.
Paranoia Place. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the name of the game. Yeah. I played that one with Gothy.
Oh, cool. Vegas, should
Mhm.
we play it?
Yes. Yes, you should.
I don't think we should. After watching them play it.
Okay.
I think you guys can do it.
I
But
think we could.
okay.
You guys can play it with me.
Is it
I
just
think that
is it
this-
too
Oh, it's co-op. Well, so you guys could each take turns playing with me.
There you go.
or you guys could play and I'll stay out.
But you said you love co-op horror games, and by love, I mean you have a distinct.
This one was a bit it was a bit.
Fair enough.
That's all I have to say about that.
Your next game.
Oh, is that X-rays right there?
Well,
Possibly.
Yeah, this totally might be. That looks like it was somebody's being X-rayed. And
Yeah, possibly.
now they're. I mean, technically, the X-ray could still work if they're completely open, kind of biology class, like.
Gives me an idea of what it could be, but I'd like to see the next
next-
one.
What do you think it could be? I'm just curious.
The X-rays just kind of got me thinking about like towards the end, especially of when I was playing Resident Evil, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the next one.
Oh, wait, was this Hospital 666? I think this is Hospital 666. I played that one with Gothy too.
Okay, you want to lock that in?
Yeah.
All right. The game is Hospital 666.
Yay!
The first picture was like from the end where like everything gets dark and I'm like, I know she won't get this because it's like
Mhm.
it's so bright in that game for the majority of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
a lot of those anomaly games
should
are
get
like that too.
And you know what they say? 666 angel numbers. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Your next game.
It's a certain kind of angel.
Yeah. How you feeling about this one so far?
Storage thing.
This one, both pictures, I think might be a little hard.
I think I know what this one might be though.
What do you think?
That I don't. Well, I gotta remember the name of it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's like another problem. Because this game.
You do play so
Was-
many games. And if I also were to play as many games as you play, I wouldn't remember the names either. But there's certain people I know that just they know everything.
Yeah, I have
And
poor word recall, so
I didn't know what kind of person you'd be, but I get the not remembering the names.
Totally.
100%.
yeah.
You want to see the next screenshot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is that game. I don't remember the name of it. So in this game, you're playing as a guy who was like asked by his like girlfriend to make sure that he like medicates her like younger sister. Her parents had like some kind of like crazy I wouldn't call it an accident. No, it was definitely like a murder type thing happened in the
Okay.
family. And you're like solving things throughout this house, but like he also has like memory problems. And you're like
Okay.
remembering things as you go. And this right here is actually the butcher area of the home.
Yes.
So I know.
I can tell you
the
one
game-
word and we can see if you can get it by word association.
Sure.
3 words.
Mm-hmm.
Second word, alone.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna say the.
Lost Alone Ultimate?
Want to lock that in?
Maybe. Yeah, because that one makes the most sense.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Alone Ultimate. Easy buckets.
Yay.
It'd be really funny
buckets.
if you're like 3 words, middle word, and just like Mike Schwab. I'm like, what
the
the fuck? Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
your next game. lock it in. We got.
Also, every first picture I took, I made sure it looked a little blurry.
Oh,
It
look at
looks
that.
very blurry.
Yeah. I'm like
So
looking at
they're
them
not
like
this blurry in the game, but I like maximize
to make it.
Mm.
just to make it a little harder. I don't
So this gives me like vibes like I'm at like a campground or like an old folks home, and we're about to get served mac and cheese with hot dogs. Let's go.
I like mac and cheese with hot dogs in
So do
it.
I. That's some gourmet shit right there.
That's good food.
Yeah.
It is, right?
We're all mac and cheese hot dog stands here.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I'm not crazy. Like you're like, oh, I'm tired of plain mac
Add
and
some
cheese.
bacon bits.
Ooh. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's get I
Why
like
is
that.
this one
Gourmet.
not familiar with
Gourmet.
that? I don't quite recall what this one is based on this picture.
Okay.
It kind of makes me think maybe Bridge Curse, but I'm not sure.
All right. You want the next one?
Mm-hmm. What the fuck is this? Could this one have been actually Still Wakes the Deep? It just makes me think it could be because of the water there.
Right.
But also I think the Bridge Curse might have had a scene about people drowning in water, but I don't remember seeing it.
Okay. I actually recognize the game. Now I'm excited.
Did you not go through this when I sent it to you?
It was really hard to load during the festival.
Oh, okay.
And I got like a third of it, and I was like, okay. And I was like, yep, I like this. And so now this is almost a game like for me too.
All right, Brayden, what is it?
Well, I'll let Kim guess first.
I'm just gonna guess that it's the Bridge Curse game, but it doesn't really seem like it.
Okay.
I don't know.
You want me to guess as well?
Sure.
I think it's the Quarry.
I haven't played that one. Well, did I play that one recently? I did play it recently. I think that's probably the Quarry. I forgot that I played that one recently.
Shit, it is. Look at us. See, it wasn't the first one. Didn't send. I was like, I had no idea. It was just that body of water because I remember, it was like you had a choice to like go after the car part, or like I just remember that scene there like skinny dipping and douchey McGee was hitting on Kate or something like that. I just call him. It was like Ashton Kutcher's character. I don't think he was Ashton Kutcher, but that's just the vibe he gave me, like Kelso vibes. And yeah,
I feel like that guy, the one who like caught feelings with the summer fling gal. I think that he isn't. If that's who you're talking about, I don't really feel like he was much of a player.
I felt like he was just
I don't
kind of
remember
a
the people's
dick.
names. I just feel like he was very emotionally into this girl, and she was not reciprocating. That was really what it was. Like,
yeah, 100%.
It started out as like they were like it was simple. They were just like physically attracted, but I think he ended up really liking her,
Yeah,
like a lot. That's why he cried when
he was crying.
Yeah.
A typical case of friends with benefits gone wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Or sorry,
So
camping with benefits.
Yeah, camp counseling with benefits.
That's right, dude.
Yeah.
Cancel my body.
But I think he's actually a really sensitive guy. I don't think he's like a player. He actually, I think, that's why I kind of feel for him in
fair.
some way.
Totally fair. The next game.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, this is Resident Evil.
Well, you want to go to the next one?
No, I mean, we can.
I have
let's
to.
see. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. Resident Evil, which Kim is going through the franchise for the first time, so it's very exciting.
Let's finish the first one.
That's a tough one, too. A lot of puzzles. A lot more puzzles in that one than other ones.
Yeah, it was very puzzle heavy.
Yeah.
I had a lot of help.
I don't blame you. I would need it as well. I've never finished the first one. Because like they don't. It's like one of those games that just kind of throw you into like to the wolves. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, good luck. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. Some of the hints are really vague. So I had to have people tell me like, oh, you got to bring this to that one spot, you know.
You're like what?
I'm like, okay, that didn't make sense, but thanks.
Yeah, right. But here's your next one.
Well, I'm pretty sure I know what this one is.
Okay, what do you think it is?
We were just talking about it. This one, I think, is Still Wakes the Deep. But let's look at...
Okay.
They have the Christmas lights up and everything.
True. Let's check out the next one.
Computer, though? Well, maybe I was wrong. This one actually could be Bridge Curse, because this one actually reminds me of being in the little cubicle areas in there.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if they had Christmas lights up, though, did they? But the fact that this is written in, I think that's Chinese right there, makes me think it's Bridge Curse.
Okay. You want to lock that in?
Yeah.
Okay. The game is Bridge Curse.
Mm-hmm.
You had it.
Yeah, that was like a dormitory hallway.
Yeah, I remembered that after. I was like, they actually did have like the dorms. I didn't remember the lights up on them though. But after I saw the cubicle thing, I was like, wait. Because in that same scene, by the way, maybe you're looking at when you're getting a screenshot, there was like a part that there was like a note up on one of the cubicles, and it was like a SIP certificate.
Right below the computer was the note.
With the SIP certificate?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, I think it was in the next row over from what we were looking at right there. It was like the first row that I looked through. It said like SIP certificate, and I remember being like, who wants one?
Oh my
I love that.
Yeah. So that scene like sticks out of my mind because it's so funny.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
What game is this, Kim?
What the fuck is this?
Let me tell you right now, we're looking at a couple shelves. I think this could be a binder. This could be a Nintendo Entertainment Center. This could be a figure. Could be us. I don't know, right? This could be Buddy's finger getting in the way of the camera lens. I don't know what kind of shot this is.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm looking at. Can I see the next one?
We're looking at a laundry room. Oh yeah, dude.
This one is... Okay, I know I've said this game a few times now, but this one is Still Wakes the Deep.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah.
Want to lock that in?
Yeah, I think so, because the laundry room would be like in that game, I think. Because I don't think I've played anything else that has a laundry room like that.
Gotcha.
There is something recently. I think the at Tony's might have had that, but I don't think...
And that right there is a monster.
Yeah, that's like the stringy pieces of the... Yeah, this is Still Wakes the Deep.
All right. Game is Still Wakes the Deep.
Mm-hmm.
Hit game.
It's a really good game. If you guys have not played it, play it. Play that game.
That was the last one?
It's worth every penny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. I'll definitely check it out. I know I watched you play it, and I thought it was neat. I thought that was really cool. I definitely will make sure it's on the list. What did you think of the game, Kim?
That was a lot of fun. Thank you for putting it together. I'm sorry, spit.
It's okay.
We didn't see it.
Oh, well, I saw it. Anyway.
Great. Now the floor is flooded with your spit, and I have to clean it up.
Yeah, you won't text me for 2 days.
That's right. Be like, hey, can we like talk? And I'm like, I know you spit.
Can we meet up and talk it out?
Yeah, you just spit all over my floor, but I think you're really cool. I think we should still do our 4th of July plans.
Yeah.
Next year.
That'll go fine.
Next year. I think we'll circle back. Like one of those things. If you're not married by next year and I'm not, let's try it again, you know?
So stupid.
But yeah. I had a lot of fun with that. That's a really fun and inventive game. I also really like the picture you guys chose for me. It's not only like all spooky with bats, but it was purple.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Right? I feel like the colors kind of go crazy. I feel like we all know you love purple. No, it's your favorite color. You know?
There's one thing I know about Kim.
Purple.
She likes purple.
That's right. If there's something I know about Kim.
I also love purple.
Yeah.
And I just know she likes Kuromi.
And Brayden also loves purple.
I do actually really like purple. I don't know why. It's just, I'm like, this shit kind of bitching. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. I love the colors.
Cool.
Look at your podcast colors. It's very purple.
Right? Like, and like, I feel like I've always just associated with like kind of bluey purple since the beginning.
Indigo.
Sure. Yeah, it's like on the rainbow.
Indigo guy.
I feel like it's all right, you know.
It's blue and
just
purple.
like
Blue and
bluey
purple look really good together.
They
Like
do.
one of my builds I did for one of my PCs was like a blue and purple vibe. It was
That's
pretty
cool.
cool. Mm-hmm.
But Kim, thank you for coming on the show. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Where can the people find you?
Yeah, so thank you guys for having me. I had a lot of fun tonight. If you guys would like to be able to check out the kind of content and stuff that I do, especially with the spooky games, I do spooky cozy kind of vibe in my channel. You could go to twitch.tv/Kimsterrz, KIMSTERRZ. That's really where you'll see me in action. So you guys feel free to give me a follow if you guys would like to see it.
It's a good time. I always love it. I always love hanging out in Kim's stream. It's great, chill vibes. And you're more likely to get scared than she is. I can promise you that.
And she shows you her full plate of snacks, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I might
Yeah.
have to steal that. But sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if they want to know sometimes to chat. Like, does chat want to know what I'm eating? Do they
I
care?
always want to know, and I always ask.
And I really appreciate that. I like that, you know?
I'm like, show me your plate, Brayden.
It's really aggressive. If she doesn't ask me nicely, she says, show me your fucking plate.
Oh my, he hung up.
Yeah, exactly. It's terrifying.
I don't
But
know what happened.
wait, can they not hear me? Oh,
Where
whatever.
did he go?
Hello?
Hello?
My Discord decided to just crash.
That's fine.
You know
Oh
this,
my.
if it ain't scuffed, it ain't us. You know what I mean? Holy, like, oh well. But I was saying, you're talking about you not being.
Show me the plate, Brayden.
Show you the plate. Yeah, I was saying
Yeah.
Vegas says it really aggressively. Like it's not a question. It's like an order. You know what I mean? Like it's like I worry that our friendship teeters on. You know, like if I don't show her this plate of food.
Yeah.
Then
fun
I think that
episode,
mean
though.
you should just do it every time.
Yeah,
Do it.
I should. All right, and
Just
I
be a
honestly
habit.
I have no issues showing it multiple times. People are like, "What you eating?" If I still got food on the plate, I go here. That's why I love this new camera, because I can bring it up. It can focus on it instead of me being like, here's kind of like a blurry kind of half-ass. So, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all give Kim some love if you haven't already. She's amazing. She crushes it, and I can't wait to see her this TwitchCon. For those, if you guys enjoyed the show and liked it, don't be afraid to like, subscribe, the classic YouTube spiel. And if you guys want to check it out live, twitch.tv/Koryzma is where you can come watch the show live, and all the socials are around, at bKoryzma on Twitter and all that stuff. And make sure y'all, if you guys enjoyed it, let us know. Let me know what you think, and yeah, give Kim some love. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time.
Toodaloo.